Welcome Electro Tribe, it is MattManectric here, and we are back with a Pokemon Showdown episode. It's been a little while since we've played it, but we are playing some PU. With this team, we've got Sunny Day Exeggutor, Sandslash to get rid of the rocks and set them up, Nasty Plot, Aguav, Simipour, Grassium Z, Flame Charge, Magmortar, because I thought that was just slightly original. I don't know, I hadn't seen that in my battling and practicing of PU. We've got Choice Scarf, Pinsir, and Pivot Lantern. So it's looking likely that my opponent is going to lead off with that Ariados. So I'm going to lead off with Magmortar. He actually leads off with the Meganium. Meganium could go for a Leech Seed, potentially. But I would expect a Flame Charge plus Flamethrower to maybe take it out. I'm not too sure. I do want to keep Magmortar around for the late game though, because of how weak his team is to me. But if I can get a bit of fire damage off with Flame Charge, like I say, I would expect Flamethrower to be able to do the business. Maybe not if he's going to set up I almost said a leak screen. A leak screen? A light screen. Very interesting. Flamethrower won't knock it out now. So I'm going to be forced to go for another Flame Charge, which I guess is a good thing because that means I'm guaranteed to be able to outspeed the Simipour, be able to outspeed the Jinx. And for the Simipour, 100% Bloom Doom will take care of it. I've specifically calced this Magmortar so that... Oh, he's gone for a Dragon Tail. He's missed. Oh, we got lucky. Flamethrower should knock it out. Oh, it doesn't. It's so bulky. Fortunately, we don't take much damage though, and we go straight into Sandslash, who can go for a knockoff. And he's going to knock us out with Giga Drain because I don't know what Meganium's speed is. I mean, that just shows you inexperience in a tier, doesn't it? This is what I mean. I say this is what I mean, I've not even mentioned it, but when you start playing a new tier, you just got to keep going until you learn certain things. I thought Sandslash was going to be quicker than Meganium. Actually, it's not even a contest. Meganium is way faster than Sandslash. Okay. Not ideal. I can go for an Exeggutor and knock you out. I would have liked to set up rocks against this guy's team, though. I really would have done. He's got a good opportunity now to bring in Ariados. He's not good. What? You must be focus sashed. But Jinx isn't normally sashed. I guess he just didn't expect me to be Choice Scarfed. Pinsir does outspeed Meganium naturally, I think. I'm guessing. But Pinsir sat here with a nice almost 700 attack. So you know what? We're going to keep clicking Exeggutor. Boom! Flipping Scarf Pinsir, putting in so much work at the moment. Ariados comes in, which does actually resist Exeggutor. Should have been what my opponent did to begin with, and we're not doing as much damage, but it is a 3-hit KO. But it doesn't seem like Ariados can do a lot of damage to Pinsir because of its very nice, natural defense stat. So I guess we're just showing off how good Pinsir is. I mean, in the thumbnail it's got a flipping Simipour, but maybe it should have a Pinsir in instead. Maybe it should. I mean, surely you go into Absol here and Sucker Punch, yes. That would be my guess. I actually do want to switch out Pinsir here. Because it's Choice Scarf, it can outspeed the likes of Simipour. So there's no real reason for me to keep my Pinsir in and just have it go down. So let's go ahead and bring in Lantern and start going for some skulls. Yeah, there it is, the Sucker Punch. Nice and predicted. Potentially he goes out into Simipour here, so I might go for a Volt Switch. We do see the Sword Stance, which is interesting. That's very interesting. Now, I wonder if Simipour actually lives the hit. I do wonder. If we do, then our Aguav will activate. No doubt. Oh, he doesn't even go for a Sucker Punch. You should be Sucker Punching there, mate. You should be just Sucker Punching for the sake of it. I'm going to go for a Nasty Plot, expecting a Grass Knot. I'm personally not running Grass Knot. I'm running Hidden Power Grass instead because Lantern doesn't get hit by Grass Knot very hard. But he has also gone for the Nasty Plot, going for that sweep. He's going for another Nasty Plot. We are speed type, so he is a Timid Nature, but because we aren't running Grass Knot, like I say, I don't think Grass Knot was taken out. We weren't running it. But Hidden Power Grass, it has that little bit of extra power over those lighter Pokemon, which is really helpful. Really, really helpful. And this team is fun. Like I say, it's not the best. I'm not 100% into PU yet. I don't... Well, as you saw, my massive mistake against the Meganium. But if there's one thing I know from when I used to play NU back in Gen 5, Girder is a threat. Girder is a massive threat. If we let this thing set up a bulk up and don't get rid of the Eviolite, we are screwed. Get rid of the Eviolite, we can one-shot it with either one of the Psychics that I've got on my team. So that's going to be pretty crucial. Magmortar looks pretty crucial overall anyway. We should be able to one-shot the Floatzel with a Bloom Doom. We can one-shot Ferrothorn with Flamethrower. Like I said, we can one-shot Girder with Psychic after the Eviolite's gone. I don't know what kind of Silvally that is. And obviously we can hit the Survivor for a Psychic. So Magmortar looking really good. The Dramper could be an issue though. So what have we got to do with Dramper? We've got Ice Beam on Simipour, and that's really it. I guess we've got Close Combat on Pinsir as well. But my guess would be he's leading with the Ferrothorn. So I'm going to lead Magmortar. He actually chooses to lead with Dramper, which I would expect to go for a Hyper Voice. Lantern's the bulkiest thing I've got on my team on the special defense side. I don't know how much special defense it actually has though. Okay, it's max special defense. That's fair enough. Hyper Voice hits. It does some massive damage. Oh my god, I want to throw a Toxic on this thing. I really do. I don't know what to switch into. I've got no resistances. Do I just sack off Lantern here? I don't want to, but I don't think I've got much of a choice. Let's just get a little bit of damage off with Scald. I don't have a choice. I'm going to have to sack it off. Just let the toxic damage chip away at it. At this stage, I guess I could bring in Simipour on it to Ice Beam. I don't know what Dramper's defensive stats are, though. Actually, I can find out. 91 special defense with 74 HP. Do you live an Ice Beam from a Simipour? I think you probably do. I think you probably do. So do I go into Pinsir and go for a Close Combat? Because if I do that, then Girder can probably switch him quite comfortably and set up against me, and then I could be pretty screwed. So I think I would prefer to bring in Simipour here and just go for an Ice Beam, to be completely honest with you. I could see him going into maybe Ferro Seed. No, he's going to stay in. Ice Beam, I was correct, and we do activate Berserk. You know what? I took a risk and it didn't pay off. I don't fight Dramper very often, but at least we know for the future that Ice Beam does not... Or Ice Beam does what? 60% was that? 56% to Dramper. Gets good information. Floatzel's going to come in. I'm going to have to go into Pinsir. Things I could go into Exeggutor, but I don't know what Exeggutor's going to be able to do to this thing if he's... I was going to say if he sets up, but he doesn't seem to want to set up. Potentially an Ice Fang headed our way. It seems not. He goes into Ferro Seed. This is fine. I can set up a Sunny Day. I can go for a Hidden Power Fire, and we can say bye-bye to Ferro Seed, hopefully. There it is. Fantastic. We've got Exeggutor up and running. It works really, really nicely with that Chlorophyll ability. Now, of course, we do know that Survivor has access to Sucker Punch, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in Pinsir as he does go for that Sucker Punch. Let's go for the big Earthquake. Silvally Ghost comes into play. Very interesting. Very interesting. I don't know what it's going to do. I'm probably going to bring in Sandslash because it's got a decent defense stat. We're going to see the Parting Shot. Here, I want him to go out into Girder. I would be more than happy for him to go out into Girder. He's going to bring in the Floatzel, however, which is fair enough. I think I bring in Pinsir. The problem is I don't want to bring in Exeggutor for it to take more unnecessary damage if he does just go for the Waterfall. On second thoughts, he could also predict my switch and go for the Ice type attack. And that wouldn't surprise me as well, because that's exactly what I did last time. And also, Sandslash is weak to Ice. So I think I'm going to bring in Pinsir. I think it's my safest play. No, he just goes straight for another Waterfall, and he gets a critical hit! And that, of course, absolutely mattered. I actually do think this thing is choiced in some way. So I'm going to bring in Exeggutor. And let's go for a Sunny Day. As he goes for the Waterfall, this is okay. I wouldn't mind just seeing this thing go, to be honest with you. So let's just go for the Solar Beam. Hopefully we can knock this thing out. He's going to go out into the Girder, which is okay. I would expect... Okay, no, yeah, Psychic's definitely knocking this thing out. Let's go for it. He's going to go for a Mach Punch. It's going to do no damage. And we're able to get rid of it. But we are still in a little bit of trouble. Now, what can Silvally do to us? I've got no idea. Let's hit him with a Solar Beam and see how much damage we can do. It's not quite enough to knock him out as he takes us out with the multi-attack. I think I'm going to go into... Do I go into Magmortar or... things? He could Parting Shot and just go straight out into Floatzel and I'll be in trouble. I mean, he could Parting Shot anyway, I guess. But... I mean, after Parting Shot, I would still expect Bloom Bloom to knock out Floatzel, to be honest with you. Let's go for the Flame Charge. He actually just sticks with going for multi-attack, which is absolutely fine by me. Provided Sucker Punch takes it out. Sorry, provided we live a Sucker Punch. He's going to go into Floatzel. Oh, wait, are you just going to Aqua Jet me? Are you banded Floatzel? And are you just going to go and win now? That's a scary thought. He goes for the Aqua Jet. Yeah, okay, I think it's banded Floatzel. I think it is. All he's got to do is switch out and he's won the game. I can go for an Earthquake, take out Seviper, but at the end of the day, I'm just not going to be able to take out this Floatzel. That Drampa right at the beginning, doing so much damage. I personally think it might have been Specs, looking at how much damage it did. Although Drampa does just have naturally very, very high... Oh! Sandslash! Oh my god. Oh my god, I thought that was game over. Sandslash gripping on with 12%. And we crit the Floatzel back with the Earthquake. Unbelievable scenes down in this PU tier. Let us continue onwards. My lord. Sandslash coming in clutch. That's amazing. So my next opponent has a Fearow, which the only Fearow I've seen had a really cool set which ran Flamethrower Z with Mirror Move, and then it proceeded to absolutely batter me with, I think the set was Drill Peck, Drill Run, and something else. I think I didn't see the last move. But that was certainly an interesting Fearow. We've got an Electros, an Absol, a Zangoose, a Leavanny, and a Wartortle. I would expect the Leavanny to lead, so I'm going to lead with Magmortar. And to be honest, I'm just going to hit this thing with a Flame Charge. Just get some damage off. Hopefully we can see this thing be gone. I mean, he could go into Wartortle here, I guess. We outspeed everything on his team with one Flame Charge up, provided he's not got anything scuffed. Which, I mean, other than the Absol, nothing else really could be. So I think I'd rather just get damage off on the Absol if he wants to bring it in. He's going to lose his Leavanny, which is fine. Wartortle going to come in. And it would make sense for me just to play it safe to go out into Exeggutor, wouldn't it? It really would. But I've got this... I really want to go into... I really want to use Bloom Doom. Can I do this? Is this a command? I feel like this is a command. It is a command. Fantastic. Brilliant. We're going to do a quick calc. We're going to do some calcs here. So what is this? Magmortar. Yep, Modest. Yep, that's bang on. With a Wartortle. So they're normally run defensively, are they? Okay, but we're running Bloom Doom. So Z move Solu. So it looks like Bloom Doom will knock him out, provided that he doesn't have any special defense investment. Which he doesn't! And Bloom Doom takes out the Wartortle, which is fantastic. That's why we're running it. You don't see Magmortar running it, and I think it should be run more, because I think it's fantastic. It caught so many people off guard for me. This thing could potentially just set up a coil. I think I'm just going to go for damage, really. Oh no, we're going to see a Volt Switch, so I'm happy to get a little bit of damage off. And we're going to see the Absol come in, potentially go for a Sucker Punch here. I think my safest play is just to go into Sandslash and go for that Rapid Spin. There is the Sucker Punch that we predicted. Fantastic work. I could also see him going out to Zangoose here. Just to bring it in, activate that Toxical. So I'm going to go for a knockoff. Oh no, he's just going to go for a knockoff. I made a mistake. I've made a horrible error. But we have reduced his damage. Oh, he's got Justified. I can't spin. Oh, Matt. Oh, Matt. You've made an error here. You've made a serious error. Do we live... Does he Sucker Punch? I'm going to bring in Lantern. I think I'm just going to bring in Lantern. He actually just goes for a knockoff and just does some absolutely massive damage. Okay, let's go for a Scald. And he's going to knock us out of the player off. But you know, this is a prime opportunity to bring in Pinsir. He could end up going out into Pharaoh, which would be quite terrifying. So in case he does do that, I'm going to opt for the close combat. Fortunately, we do take out the Absol. It is a goner. And we do get a Moxie boost, which is nice. So this should force him... Actually, who am I kidding? I've lost my scarf because of the web. I'm going to stay in. Now, he's going to be going for all-out pummeling, which I think we will live. We do live it, and we can get some huge damage up with close combat Pinsir. Oh, I absolutely love Pinsir in this tier. It's such a monster. It is such a monster. Now, this thing could be running Quick Attack, and that is definitely something to think about. Exeggutor, probably not the most useful thing in the world at this stage, so I'm just going to go ahead and sack it off. We do see a Quick Attack. You know what, that's really, really good information. Really good information. I'm just going to go for a Psychic as we get knocked out by the knockoff. Now, how do we want to take care of this thing? Because obviously we know he's got Quick Attack, so Pinsir's not going to be able to be very helpful. And everything else, you know, I actually think we've lost. I think because I didn't Rapid Spin and I went for a knockoff earlier on, that's possibly lost me the game, because anything that I switch in is not going to be faster than the Zangoose. And the Zangoose is going to be able to one-shot everything with the Facade. So we'll play the game out anyway. But as I say, I don't think I can win this game. And this time, you know, because Sandslash isn't at full HP, there is no way we're living a hit. I thought we'd lost the last game, but we didn't. But I just don't see it. Realistically, Simipour is my best bet of winning this game, and it's got such pants defense. I just don't see it living a hit. Down it goes. We'll try Magmortar. Like I say, just don't see it. Just don't see it. And Pinsir obviously doesn't live a Quick Attack. So, it was a good effort. It was a good effort. Like I say, I possibly could have won that had I gone for the Rapid Spin instead of the knockoff. But that shows you how much of an important move his Rapid Spin is. And how important it is just to have something to get rid of hazards. Because if I get rid of hazards, then I'm in a much better position. I've got quite a few things that could have beaten the... well, I've got Simipour, which could have done a lot of damage to the Zangoose. Probably dropped it down to around 30% from 80% with the Scald. And it wouldn't have been living many turns with Poison. And then I'd probably go on to win the game. But at the end of the day, that is what happens when you don't choose to get rid of hazards sometimes. And it was very, very costly for me. But into the next game. A Masquerain, a Kamala, a Gourgeist. Something that I hate. I do not like fighting Gourgeists. Like, you'd think this team's got enough to deal with it with Hidden Power Fire, Knockoff, Ice Beam, Flamethrower. Yeah, you'd think this team's got enough to deal with it, but I still struggle fighting them. Another Silvally, most likely Ghost type. They seem to be the only Silvally I've been fighting recently. A Passimian and a Regirock. I would expect the Regirock to lead, to be frank with you. And or it could be Masquerain actually to set up a Sticky Web. That is another possibility. Now, Masquerain does get Hydro Pump as well. I think I'm going to lead with Pinsir, because either way, if he leads with Masquerain, if he leads with Regirock, I can put on pressure. We are Scarfed. We can go for a Rock Slide. Hopefully take this thing out in one hit, unless it's Focus Sash, which it is. Flinch. No, he's going to get the Sticky Web buff, unfortunately. I'm going to look to just knock it out. If I can get Rocks up, this Masquerain does not come back into the game. The Gourgeist is going to come in. He now knows I'm Scarfed, although he probably would have known anyway, just by going off speed tiers. And I'm going to be forced to go into Magmortar here. My problem with Gourgeist is I want to go into Exeggutor, because it's Grass type. So we can't get affected by Leech Seed. But at the same time, we're fighting a Ghost type, and so I don't want to get hit by... I don't want to get hit by the Ghost type attacks. I'm very tempted to change out this Exeggutor set and go for a Lowland Exeggutor, provided that thing has Chlorophyll, which I'm not sure if it does. I might actually look that up. Do you have... Oh, that's not going to tell me. Okay. That's great. But I'll tell you what will tell me. This will tell me. Exeggutor. It doesn't. It's got Frisk and Harvest. And I love the fact that being able to run Sunny Day. Sunny Day works really nicely with Magmortar. And you'd be very, very surprised how little I end up with the Sun Up and Simipour in. Because obviously you don't want Simipour and the Sun Up because Scald gets reduced in power. But it very, very rarely does that ever happen. I could see Gorgai switching out here potentially into the Regirock. Or potentially even into the Masquerain. I think I'm just going to go for a Flamethrower here. As the Kamala comes in, most likely Assault Vested, I found. The burn would have been lovely. But we do not want Magmortar in this situation. Let's bring in Sandslash. I think Kamala does get Wood Hammer, which isn't ideal. Right, let's go for Rocket Spin. We're gonna get a knockout with Rapid Spin, which is always fun to do. No Sticky Web for my opponent for the remainder of the game, which is absolutely massive. Silvally probably gets Ice Beam, so I'm gonna just bring in Lantern. He does go for the Ice Beam. This is Silvally Electric. Okay. And you're probably gonna bring a Gourgeist, which I would absolutely love to poison this Gourgeist. That's going to prevent it from potentially setting up substitutes. It's going to prevent it from staying in for a long duration of time because of the poison racking up. It would be amazing if we can get the Toxic off. He predicts it though, goes out into the Kamala, which is obviously protected by Comatose, which isn't great for me. I would expect a Return or a Wood Hammer here. So I'm going to go straight out into Pinsir. He goes for the U-turn. I really do want to use Kamala at some point. It's an adorable Pokemon and I would love to try it out. I've also been building a team based around my favourite Pokemon, which is not something I do a lot of the time. So I might, just give you a quick little preview of what that is. There you go. Little preview. So that's the team I'm working on at the moment, and it just looks pretty fun, to be honest. Regirock, I would very much expect to just want to set up Stealth Rocks. Now, I don't know how much a close combat is going to do. I really wish Pinsir was part fighting type. I really do. Oh, you Wall Breaker. Damn. Alright then, Pinsir. Alright then. So, yeah, see, close combat's not even doing half, which is pathetic. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in Sandslash instead. Oh. Okay, I know exactly what this set is. So, I used to watch a YouTuber, and they ran this set, and they made the set big. I can't think what the actual name of the set was, but the idea was you set up a Rock Polish and have a Weakness Policy activate. But he's going to forfeit. Clearly, I was taking way too long. Uncle Based Meth. I mean, that's a lovely name. That is a lovely name. Clearly, I was taking too long. I'm going to try and get one more game. And hopefully you guys will be happy with that. I don't know what you think of this episode, but it'd be nice if we can get one more. Dramper again. I don't like fighting Drampers. I really don't like fighting them. They are so threatening. I'm going to go with Simipour. As Passimian leads, I do believe this thing gets a U-turn, so I'm going to go ahead and go into Sandslash to take the hit. And from that, I would expect him to want to go into Cacturn, maybe. Actually, that's a good point. I would have preferred to go into Pinsir. I think he's got less options going into Pinsir. Oh, he's going to go into his own Sandslash. Clearly he wants to set up his rocks. I might just go... Or I might actually just play on the offensive here. And go into Simipour. I actually think that's a really good idea. Because by going for this, we're going to force him to switch. We're going to get a free Nasty Plot up. Now, I don't know if a +2 Ice Beam actually takes out Dramper. He is going to bring in the Dramper. I don't know if this thing takes it out or not, but let's... I don't think it is. I think he's trying... I'm playing into a trap here. He probably wants me to set off the Berserk. So I'm going to go for another Nasty Plot and see if I can live a hit. Oh, he's running Thunderbolt. Well, we lived the hit, which is... So, clearly my plan has worked. Let's knock this thing out with an Ice Beam. It lived a +4 Ice Beam. Are you kidding me? Well, if this thing isn't Assault Vested, I don't know what is. Alright, let's bring in Pinsir then. I could do whatever, to be honest. He's got things to switch in. I may as well just go for an Exeggutor and keep close combat in the back. You know, just not reveal it. Just take it out. I mean, he goes into Qwilfish here no matter what, really. Unless I went for an Earthquake, of course, in which case he went into the Oricorio. But I'd prefer him to go into Qwilfish. I don't know why. I do know why I prefer him to go into Qwilfish, because I can bring an Exeggutor and try and set up a Sunny Day against him. And to be honest, if I set up Sunny Day, he's really in a difficult situation. The Qwilfish comes in. Let's bring in the Exeggutor. Of course, he can Poison Jab. I would expect him to be very, very scared. Oh, we're going to see a Waterfall, so maybe it's not a defensive variant. In fact, it could be a Scarf variant. I have used a Scarf one in the past. Let's set up the Sunny Day. Let's hit this thing with a Psychic and its Choice Scarfed. Well, it was all going so well, wasn't it? It was all going so well. I probably should have known that, to be honest. I expected it. I've actually only fought Piscinian twice before doing this recording, and I don't think either of them were Choice Scarfed, so the more you know. The more you know. Let's bring in Pinsir. I can Rock Slide here, although I think he'd predict it, so I may just go for broke and go for an Earthquake. Go on. Make the play. Make the play and go out into Qwilfish. Do it. Make the play. If I'm bringing in Pinsir, he should expect me to have Rock Slide. There is no other reason I should be bringing in Pinsir. Or I guess he could go out into Sandslash. No, he stays in and he goes for a Supersonic Sky Strike, which is a complete waste of a Z move. I don't understand why you'd do that, but I'm now in a horrible, horrible situation where I've got to bring in Sandslash. I think I'm going to go for a knockoff here. Yeah, I can't Rapid Spin because obviously he's part Ghost type, so there's no point in me doing that. But whatever he switches into doesn't really want to take a knockoff. Qwilfish won't really want to lose this item. We're going to see a Revelation Dance. This thing is actually going to live the hit. He's Z move, Matt. What are you doing? Although to try, I can't Earthquake it. Yeah, not the best last battle, to be honest. I've played it really poorly. I mean, I've lost in pretty much less than 15 turns. Which isn't great. Not too happy about the way this game's gone. Why am I not just switching into Lantern? It's a pivot for a reason. You switch it in, it tanks a hit, you Volt Switch out into something, and you try and win the game that way. I've played this game horribly well. Horribly well? I've played this game horribly. He's going to go into Piscinian. This thing probably is running... it's probably running Earthquake. Down goes Magmortar, and he's going to take us out with the Earthquake. So not the best final game, as I say. I played it really poorly. If you did enjoy this, remember to hit that like button. I'm really, really sorry that I've not been uploading Battlespot recently. I just can't do it at the moment. I can deal with the internet issue, but what I can't do is battle people when the Nintendo messes up, and I can't. Basically, Battlespot was going through an issue where I couldn't encounter people, and so I wasn't getting paired up. So I was like, you know what, we'll try Showdown live and see what people think. If you want to see anything else Showdown-y related, to be fair, mate, you have like double my rating. If you want to see anything else Showdown related, do let me know in the comments below. And thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.